So a new Final Destination movie came out. Now there's 6, and we gotta rank them all on a tier list. Let's get right to it. Alright, so here we are, and today we're gonna be ranking the Final Destination movies. Alright, so let's take a look at this tier list. We've got Final Destination through Final Destination Bloodlines. We've got 6 movies. Isn't really that much when you compare it to bigger franchises, but we're gonna rank them, and we're gonna go in order. Starting with Final Destination. Final Destination from, year 2000? I've talked a lot about this movie on this channel, I feel like. I did a VHS review recently, then I did a full, live podcast review with my brother, but I have a deep appreciation for this movie. Devon Sawa as an actor, very interesting, very cool person, I think. The fact that it started out as an X-Files episode made its way here, getting sequels in 2025, pretty wild. And I think when you compare it to the rest of the franchise, it still holds up. It holds up incredibly well as, I think, the definitive and best movie in the franchise. Now, I know some people will disagree with that, but either way, we're going to throw Final Destination in the S tier. Now, Final Destination 2. This is perhaps the most iconic. Now, notice I used the word best to describe Final Destination. I used the word most iconic to talk about Final Destination 2. Which I think is also S tier. Mainly because of that accident. This movie, just like the first one, I think falls short in the third act a little bit. This is something that they will struggle with throughout this entire franchise, I think. But all the movies do have a little perk up at the end of more chaos and destruction, and I love that. Final Destination 2 is what really put this movie franchise on the map permanently, forever, mainstream, you know what I mean? It has to be S tier, and it's not even my favorite. And as I mentioned before, I described Final Destination as the best, 2 as the most iconic, and 3 is my favorite. Also S tier. Now you're looking at this list thinking, what the fuck? Are these all going to be S tier? No, they're not. Although the placement is going to be interesting for these next 3. Final Destination 3, however. I recently did a video on my channel a few months ago. Probably 5 months ago at this point. I don't know, dude. Time is irrelevant. It's fake. But anyway, I did a whole video on the special feature on the DVD, Choose Their Fate. And it actually got 47,000 views, I think, at this point. So if you're here watching this and you found my channel through that, hey, how's it going? Thanks. I just love this movie. I watched it at the right time in life. I think I was 15 years old, 16, I was staying home, eating a pizza in the afternoon by myself. Yeah, it's just magical. It is very much a comfort movie for me. Moving along, we've got Final Destination 4. Alright? I don't even know why this tier list has so many, but I really don't like this movie. We're just gonna throw it in D. It's not an F. I've seen worse movies. But this is the Final Destination movie I will only watch if I have a deep need to review it, or if it's been long enough, it's been 5 years since I've seen it, and I'm I'm gonna give that another chance. I don't think it's as bad as I remember. No, it is. Trust me, it is. It's worse. Don't watch it again. I'm talking about you just watched all the other Final Destination movies, and you're I kind of feel like watching another, but you can't. There isn't another. Other than the 4th one. So you watch it and you're fuck, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, sorry, I just not a fan of that one. Final Destination 5, on the other hand. Final Destination 5 is gonna be A tier, and I'll tell you why. Final Destination 5 is not as strong as the first 3. That was a solid fucking run of movies right there. Final Destination 5 had to recover from Final Destination 4. And the bridge accident is fun. It's not it's not the best one. It's cool, though. They introduced new elements, the plot. It's basically The Office meets Final Destination. I don't know if you've noticed. I need to do a whole video on that, just explaining why I think Final Destination 5 is The Office. But the gymnastics kill alone, I think, makes this movie A tier. That kill in that scene it's just incredible. It's reminiscent of the weightlifting scene from 3 in the best way possible. It's even better than that, though, let's be honest. And that's really the best kill of that movie for me, probably. But, I mean, you have the one at the massage parlor. Like, this one felt more in tone with, like, 3, and I don't know, I appreciated that one. It was a breath of fresh air after watching 4. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Final Destination Bloodlines. Where is it going to rank? Where is it going to rank? Well, here's the thing. It's definitely better than 4. This is the worst possible ranking it could get. But I don't think it deserves C. It's at least B, right? The dilemma here now is, do I think it's as good as Final Destination 5, or do I think it's a little worse? Or do I think it's a little better, and maybe Final Destination 5 should come down to B? I think, honestly, I'm going to have to leave them on the same level. I think that's where that is. There are very much elements in both movies that I really like. And elements that are just kind of meh, I can do without. But it is in no way, shape, or form as bad as 4. And I've seen some people saying it's better than any of them. Those people are insane. Okay, they're not insane. They just have an opinion about a movie that is not mine, right? But I do want to hear your thoughts on this list. Let me know how you would rank these movies. Would you have them more spread out? Because if I had to spread them out real quick while I'm here, I'd throw this down here, probably this and this here. If I was just going my favorites, I'd rank it this way. In terms of how much I'm going to watch these movies, it's going to be 3 is the rewatched the most, followed by the first one, the second. Bloodlines will probably join in 5 with how much I rewatch it. 4 is never. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to check out this one and hit that subscribe button.